Hey guys, this is Andy McCann with CrossFit Garage, where coaching is king and routine is your enemy. And I wanted to give you guys an update on what your children have been doing in summer strength. So, if you were at day one, so if you look at some of these numbers, I'm not going to pick everybody out, but it's just kind of fun to look at this sort of stuff. So we go to, actually that says June 10th, doesn't it? Let me pause this and get to the right date. Okay, so I just want to give you kind of a shot of what's happening and some of the growth your kids have seen. So this is done in alphabetical boys and then girls. So the names, I mean, you're going to see the same names at the top every time because it's just alphabetical. But the cool thing is, so you can hover and you can log into Wodify on your own. You can hover over these little graphic icons and see their history. So they'll do things like, hey, I just lifted, it's a 5 by, or let's see what it redid here. It was a 3 by 5 and it inputs his weight. And then Wodify will actually try to come up with a estimated 1 rep max based on this formula from, let's see if I can make it come up. There you go. From Brzezinski. And anyway, it uses this formula to help create an estimated 1 rep max. And we're hoping they get to those, but of course this is June 7th. This is like one of the first, in the first week. So we see some back squats. You can look at some of your kids' stats here. You can already see some of them had some PRs simply because they are moving new weights. So this is pretty cool. You see them lift it up, boom. Especially if they had last year results, that's even neater. That's even more neat. So if you look at like Carter McDonald's been doing this for several years, he's got a lot of historical data that you can see. And he's just getting back into lifting, and you'll see his numbers pop up. But these stars mean that they got a PR. So hit this one from James was 10 pounds from just the other day, right? So this is really cool. So he's already basically not saying we're stronger in this case, but saying that his mechanics is better. So this is what I would always throw out to those that are playing sports. You don't necessarily have to be stronger. I mean, if you guys have met me, I'm not the biggest dude in the world, but if you know how to use your body, you can be more effective with the strength that you've got, right? So I wrestled and pole vaulted through high school and college, and it was the use of me, not the bulkiness that I never was. So using your body correctly creates a whole lot of athletic prowess, and that translates into obviously awesomeness on the field through speed, power, agility, and so forth. So anyway, you see these sort of things. So let's take, we got Wyatt right here too. So Wyatt just started lifting with us. He's got some PRs. And then we are going to fast forward to July 1st. So let's see, we got Ben right here. Let's see, I think Ben was on the last one. He was. So he had 3 by 95. And on this one, he's doing, Ben, look at 3 by 5 at 135. Okay, so now we're talking, yep, mechanics have really kicked in. And we're starting to build a little bit onto the muscle. Of course, I know Ben's a soccer player, so his leg prowess in the bench or back squat is going to be awesome. Checking out some of, let's see, some of the kids. We have Bailey over here at 35 pounds, and she's up to 55. As a matter of fact, I know the other day she was up to 90, so on a 1 rep max anyway. Oh, you know what? I should go to the 1 rep max testing date, but I should look at. Let me pause that. Here you go. So we did a test on June 26th to see where they were in a couple of the lifts. We did back squat and shoulder press. So you see Ben, we just talked about him, got up to 175 pounds. Now, in this first one, we're going to limit them based on safety. So potentially he'd go heavier, and we will, at the last week, do more of these tests. So we're building all this strength, building this technique so that they can use this athletic prowess on the field, or on whatever they're doing, or just life in general, right? Let's see, we've got... nice, Rachel, 165 pounds right there. That's awesome. And anyway, so these yellow stars are them improving day after day. We obviously expect this just through technique and skill. The coaches know how to coach. The kids know how to listen. And they're lifting, and it's awesome. So fast forward to, this is today, right now. So we see some stars. We're working on 3 by 5s. And so 3 by 5s, creating an estimated 1 rep max using that equation, it actually does, it has certain percentages with reps. So like if you did 85% of your 1 rep max, which they could find right here. So if I hover, it says 85% of his 1 rep max is 53 pounds. If he did that 7 times, it would create a new estimated 1 rep max based on the equation that this guy, whatever his name was, set up. There's a lot of different equations, but Wodify uses this one. So anyway, we do these. Lifting in volume builds strength. Lifting a 1 rep max, I mean, yeah, it will build, but it's more of a test. It's the history of lifting has shown that lifting a lot of heavy stuff a lot of times is better than just lifting one heavy thing one time, right? So doing a 1 rep max PR is nice because you get to know the number and we can get better percentages to help us lift more effectively. But the strength is really done in the loading. So this like 3x5s, 1x5s, and so forth. So anyway, kind of cool right here. Even now, Brock hitting a PR for the bench press. So we did a 2 set by 5, or two sets by 5 reps. Sorry, I said that backwards. And Cam coming in here. Anyway, you can log in. Oh, look at all these numbers. See these numbers. Wyatt was back today. Nice. So he got a star in his back squat. And if you notice, this is great form. Look at that. So this is what we really want. Anybody can just do a 2-inch squat, which doesn't really count. But this right here, where his knees, see if I can pull that picture up bigger. I can't. But his knees, or his hip crease right here, is below the top of his knee. That's what we want. That's beautiful. Same right here with Levi. You can see that. If I got any more people with the squat on. This one right here, nice. Another Cameron. And Mackenzie, I caught her coming up, but she has an awesome squat as well. Evie, nice squat. She's coming up, but she does a really good squat too. So we teach them squat appropriately in the range of motion because it'll increase their power by having this range of motion that helps elicit the whole response throughout the body rather than just that top end of, hey, I'm lifting 2 inches in a squat. That really doesn't do anything for you. Anyway, super proud of these guys and I'm enjoying working with them. Remember that we will be doing, in the last week, we're doing test outs, so make sure they come. If they're not going to be here, let me know, and we'll try to do them the week before. Lastly, we do have our student athlete performance option up. So in our schedule, these kids, now that they've graduated out of our CrossFit summer strength program, they can actually just come to any class they want. So they can sign up as a normal member and come to these classes. We're going to assign the 5 o'clock time slot that the coaches focus on any of the students. Other members can come in, but the coach is going to focus on students. So if the students would like to group up, they totally can in here. If they want to join everybody, they are certainly welcome to do that. Students always get a price break with us because they're students. And if you wanted to join too, second family members get a price discount as well. Not to say that the service is worth less. We're just saying thanks for being part of the garage. As a matter of fact, if you sign up your family, there's 3 or more, it's pretty much free after the second person. So I always encourage families to get in here and get fit together. And there's tons of classes. You don't have to come at the same time, but some of your kids can't drive, so you might as well, work out with them. But we love having them here. We have lots of programs for them. Biggest thing is CrossFit and what it encompasses is awesome for just regular development as well as athletic development. So if you just want your kid to be doing something, this is great. I wish I had done it as a kid, but I wish I had done it as a kid because I was doing all these sports and it would have been awesome. So you'll see my 4 kids in here probably on their off days from soccer, and my oldest daughter will be coming into this 4 o'clock class all the time. If you have questions, give me a call. My number will be posted. It's also 678-654-7796, and it's on the website everywhere. Call me, text me. Love to have these guys throughout the summer. The kids program, we do have options for, instead of going 5 days a week or unlimited, they can break it up into different amounts, and you can even buy smaller chunks in case they're going to have messed up schedules. I wouldn't do too much overlapping in terms of, hey, they had 2 hours of soccer and 2 hours of CrossFit or whatever. That's too much. That's overtraining. But when they don't have game days, maybe coming in on Saturday to get them ready for those game days would be a great idea. All right, you guys take care, and thank you so much for entrusting the development of your student with us.